Alright, so this may be a bit unorthodox, but I think it'll work. Hold on. Glued to the phone, who do you know? Don't know what to do you check Willie Woo? But you gotta get focused, ignore the jitter. On chain TA, plan B, Twitter. Price nice, not nice, I don't know. My eyes glow, looking at the stock to flow. Hodl, go full throttle. Find my will on a paper and a bottle. I scribble this riddle with as little as 12 words. What's the price? What's your self-worth? Dogecoin maybe, Bitcoin yes. Now my friend, it's time for the test. But even over time it will not be a failure. Remember the words of Michael Saylor. Listen, Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace. Monetary energy, core of the earth. Doubles every year. Listen to my words. Selling doesn't hurt. Selling is absurd. It's like cutting off your wings, but you wanna be a bird.
In today's video, if I tell you Bitcoin's going to 500k, if I tell you Ethereum's going to 20k, how would you react? Just a bit of silence, right? You'd be mind blown and you'd be like, okay, this is not right. It doesn't look like what Sham normally does, right? And it's true, I don't, and I won't, okay? There's a lot of channels out there, YouTube channels, Twitter channels and whatnot, right? A lot of influencers, basically, who are throwing out ridiculous numbers, and they're doing it for their own personal gains, right? Of course, most of the time they get paid. You see, when you reach 100k subscribers, you are an influencer. If you got more, like 300, 400, 500, 600,000, like some of the guys, that's what you become, right? You're a proper influencer. People will pay you to pump their coins and whatnot and this and that. And you see all of these massive channels coming along and promoting, shilling their, new coins, right? And the funny fact is they don't even get paid in it. They get paid in Bitcoin. So they're promoting and marketing some shit coin, something that just came out, for you guys to go in. Now, don't get me wrong, when I say this, right, check this out. Some of them coins do pump. It's true, they do pump. They'll do a nice little 100x, 200x, right? Because they're penny coins, they just came out. So whoever paid for it pumped it to a certain level. Question is when is it enough for you? That's the argument here. When is it enough for you, right? And how do you know, because the thing is say for example there's 10 of these coins being pumped, and a lot of these coins will be pumped, right? They'll get pumped and this and that, and then they'll jump from nothing to enormous amounts. When was it enough for you? What did you do? And as usual, I always say, listen, it doesn't matter where the coin goes, as long as you take your initial investment out, you're safe. It doesn't matter. It can go to the moon, it can go to 1 billion, it can go to 1 trillion, right? So that's the thing I want everybody to understand. Now, when it comes back to Bitcoin, for us to see a $500,000 BTC this year, right? Let's be realistic. We need to see a market cap, right, of 10 trillion. Is it going to happen overnight? No. For us to see an Ethereum go to $20,000, right, from where we are now, we need to see a 7x in the market cap, and currently I believe it's somewhere around the region of about 300 and something. So we need to 7 times that, right, in order for us to see a $20,000 Ethereum. Again, is it realistic? If BTC goes to 10 trillion, of course it's realistic, but listen, the market follows BTC. So yesterday I spent a lot of time with a lot of people, and I even had 2 people come over, father and son. They want to get involved, and I just done a little bit of explainer. Chris, this one's for you. I hope you understood what I was explaining, but if you watch any of my videos right from the beginning, they're continuations, by the way. And what you'll find is that I've always said one thing, right? You make money with altcoins. You make a lot of money with altcoins. But Bitcoins, it's not about making money. It's about preserving your money. It's about preserving and hopefully having a lot more than you had before, right? And it always does, right? This morning I actually remembered someone. Back in 2018, I met someone, and you know, the guy was a massive Ethereum fan. Good luck to him. And he obviously bumped into me, and he's 100% Ethereum and I'm 100% Bitcoin. So obviously we have our differences. And we sat down on a dinner table, and we had a lovely little debate, and we actually made a bet. This is funny, we actually made a bet, and the bet was very simple. He bet with me that Ethereum will hit $10,000 before Bitcoin hits 30,000. So I said Bitcoin will hit $30,000, and he said nope, Ethereum will hit $10,000. I clearly won the bet, but he's vanished. So I wasn't expecting to see him anyway after that, after he lost the bet. So, but the point is you've got, you know, a lot of guys, you know, they will come and they will say this coin, that coin, this coin, that coin. And I always say, just stick to the top 10. If you still want to go play around a little bit, dabble yourself in something else, stick around the top 20, 25 maximum. You don't need to go below those, because the lower you go, the more risk you're playing with your money. It's not worth it. And ultimately, if you're going to stick to the number one, you're always going to see the best results, right? So there was another person I spoke to yesterday, and he was supposed to call me today, because I did say to him, call me. So he was due to call me about 15 minutes ago. He hasn't called me, so I'm not going to chase him up. But I said to him, I'll teach you. Now, what I meant by that was, see, he's looking at Bitcoin value and other altcoins and this and that, and he's looking at the dollar value, and he's confusing himself, right? So yesterday he was about to make a mistake, and I stopped him. I said, you know, he was about to buy some coins, and I'll be specific, I'm sure he'll know who he is. So he was about to buy a coin called 1inch. Great, it's a brilliant coin. I'm very bullish on it. You know, I'm holding. It's one of those coins I'm going to be holding for a very long time. But the point is, he wanted to buy 1inch with his Bitcoin, and I said to him, I said, don't. When Bitcoin goes up, 1inch value will drop. So when you look at the chart, you will notice how the Bitcoin value is about 6-7% below, but the dollar value is like 1% below. So when Bitcoin moves up, the Bitcoin value with that coin drops. I tried to explain it, I still try to explain it, and then I sent him a picture and I said, have a look, does that make sense? And I'm sure it kind of made sense to him afterwards when he realized what was going on. So when Bitcoin's moving, you don't put money in altcoins. When Bitcoin's not moving, that's when you put money in altcoins, because that's when you can make more Bitcoin, right? It's crazy mathematics, but it does work, and this is how it is. You want to make more money in altcoins, you buy it when Bitcoin's down, right? When Bitcoin's been beaten up, right? It's been bullied by everybody else, right? And its dominance is dropping. That's when you put your Bitcoin in an altcoin, because that altcoin is going to start pumping in BTC value. You will make more BTC. But when BTC gets up and starts bashing everybody else, right, and leaves them, right, do you think you're going to have more BTC? No, you're going to lose BTC. So this is what I was saying, and you know, I'm going to say this again. Hope everybody understands, and I want to say it clearly this time. I know I haven't said many things clearly, but I want to say it clearly. Guys, when you buy BTC, you don't sell BTC. When you convert your alt into BTC, you don't sell BTC. BTC is not a selling game. You don't sell BTC, right? Altcoins are there to make money. You buy, you make more money, you get the hell out. So let's give you a good example of one of those. Actually, let me give you a really good example. Which coin do I want to show? All right, look, I'm going to give you one of my best ones right now, the accidental coin. I love my accidental coin. That was one of the best coins I ever bought, right? Because it's seen the most amount of growth. And I want to give you this accidental coin, and I hope you understand what it is. So there was a coin called Bakery. So I was on a mission to go and buy a coin called Pancake, and I did buy it, but I bought it afterwards. But by accident, I ended up buying Bakery. I didn't buy many, but I bought some, right? And it was pennies that time. During the time when I bought it, I think BTC was around the region of about 30K. So I'm going to give you an example here. Now, I can't afford to buy, for example, I can't afford to buy one BTC for 30K, because I probably had, say, $100 or $1,000 on me. So what I did, I bought $1,000 worth of Bakery, right? Now, Bakery pumps. It pumps, it pumps, it pumps, right? to the point where Bakery now is worth a lot more in its money value. I get approximately $5,000-6,000 worth of BTC, just for the sake of it, right? We just say dollars, right? Of BTC. Now, if you take that into proportion, it's actually a lot more BTC than I would have had if I stuck the $1,000 in. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, right? So if I stuck $1,000 in when it was $30,000, I wouldn't have got that. But now I've got, say, $5,000 worth of, because Bakery's gone up to $5, right? So my 1,000 now is worth 5,000. Well, guess what? I can buy 10% of a BTC. Before I wasn't able to buy 10%, I would have been probably able to buy about 3%, right? So this is the kind of maths a lot of people don't understand, and I know it's complicated. I try and make it easy. In fact, I have listed a video very recently specifying the guys, look, when you look at your dollar value and when you look at BTC value, it's a whole different maths, right? But what, again, I'm going to warn you guys, you need to understand, you don't mess around with your BTC and put it into altcoins when BTC is pumping, because ultimately you're always going to be a loser. You're always going to lose. You're going to lose more BTC than you're going to make. The only time you mess around, right, or you invest it in something when altcoins are down and when BTC, you can get more, so your BTC is kind of less power with altcoins. That's when you do it. So for example, when BTC was 70%, right, and it started dropping, if you put money in some of any alt, literally, you put money in any, you put your BTC in any alt, and the dominance kept on dropping until it came to like 50%, right? Currently it's 48%. It came to 50%. Well, the ratio would have been higher. You would have received more Bitcoin in that altcoin, right? So this is, a lot of people do this. This is, it's a very simple technique, right? Where during a bear cycle or a downside, like when Bitcoin is down, the price is down, people either do one of two things. They buy Bitcoin and they just hold, or if they have Bitcoin, then they put it into altcoins, right? Because everything else is down at the same time as well. And then once the dominance and everything moves, the shift, balance of shift, right? When it happens, right? You end up having more Bitcoin than you started with. So the other day I made a video and I went on a group and all sorts, and I was showing it constantly. I was like, look guys, every minute it's changing. Every minute it's changing, right? I don't have the photos, I deleted it because I've got too many pictures and this and that on my phone, so I deleted half of them. I don't need, I just delete them. But the point is you can see how much more BTC you're receiving from your altcoins whenever BTC is down. So what do we really want BTC to do? Do we want it to go to 500K now? No. We want to see 500K maybe in 5 years time, maybe in 10 years time. We don't want to see it 500K today. We want to see it moving sideways, right? As long as BTC moves sideways, any one of you guys who are massive altcoin fans, well, guess what? You're going to make a shit ton of money, all right? You're going to make a lot of BTC, a lot of everything. That's what you're going to be making, right? But if you're not, right, if you're not, then of course you want to be, you want your BTC to go to 500K, good luck. Then all the altcoins will get smashed, all right? Because there's going to be one move. When BTC does that one move, when it goes parabolic, it will leave everything for dust, right? It will leave everything. And, then the market cycle ends, everything collapses, and every altcoin you bought, whether you bought it for £1, whether you bought it for £2, $1, $2, whatever, they're just going to go half price. So you're going to get the biggest discounts in the bear market. Sadly, that's what's going to happen. And BTC is going to be the reason why the market will go down. Because when BTC dumps, it will take down everything with it, right? It is the king after all. Remember this, right? When BTC goes up, it's going to take everybody up with it. But everybody else will catch up very slow. So yeah, I mean, you can do your maths in dollar or you can do your maths in BTC. Either way, it doesn't matter. More importantly, you need to understand, what do you want? Do you want more money? Then calculate in money. Do you want more BTC? Then you calculate more BTC. Now, I'm a BTC guy. Everyone knows this. I'm a BTC guy. So, for me, everything's valued in BTC. All I care about is more BTC, right? Even if I can get one Satoshi more than I had before, I want it. I'll take it, right? That's a good buy. So that's just me. I'm just kind of laying that out there because I don't want anybody to get confused. Like, okay, you know, there's a lot of things like confusing. Also, I'm going to start making some videos again with the charts, and I think now I'm going to start showing you guys BTC values, and maybe show you guys some of my advanced charts as well. Because look, I've tried to keep it as basic as possible. I believe most of the guys who follow on the private groups, right, whether it be paid or unpaid, it doesn't matter. Different people see different stuff. You know, I think they're versed enough, like, you know, they understand what I do enough for them to actually now be able to see some more advanced charting and advanced stuff, and I'll show them what's going on. So instead of keeping it all simple, I know simple is easy for everybody, but sometimes it's not good enough to show you the bigger picture, right? So, you know, when I'm looking, I'm a macro guy, so I look past what's happening right now. I don't care about the current stuff. I'm looking at the future. It's like yesterday, someone was sitting there and we were talking, and the guy was like, how much is a BTC? And I was like, it's about 40k, and I'm talking 40,000 pounds, right? And I was like, it's about 40,000 pounds, 41,000 pounds. He's like, damn, that's expensive. I was like, no, bro, that's cheap. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, that's cheap, you know? And you know, there was another time when a guy he was talking about, this was on Wednesday, so I'm talking to someone and he's like, what do you think the highest top is going to be? I'm like, well, currently the chart is showing us 100,000 plus, right? And he's like, 100k. I'm like, bro, that's nothing. He's like, what? And he didn't, the fact was there was no reaction from me, and I said, there's no reaction. The reason is because you have to understand how many satoshis are there in a BTC, right? We have 100 million satoshis in one BTC, right? So just do the maths. So if we're looking at $100,000 BTC, it's nothing. It's nothing. You know, we need it. We know it's going to be worth a lot more, right? And that's the reason why we value even the smaller Satoshi. You know, talking about other coins, Cardano is announcing a few bits and bobs, but remember, Cardano's not finished yet. So I'm kind of skeptical when they're going to finish, and I've been telling everybody Cardano's not ready. Cardano, I think 2022. I think what's going to be quite funny is Cardano will probably spike once BTC dumps. I think Cardano's holding back. I'll be honest with you. I think Cardano's holding back. So Cardano, Polkadot, I think those two, they are getting ready, and they're going to do something very similar at the similar time, and that's when they're going to pump, right? So I'm cautious with those two. I'm just holding bags on them, so that's a different story. Matic, recently I got rid of Matic, but I think from analyzing all the data in the market and all the social media and everything, and seeing how much pump is coming on, right, and a lot of influencers are pumping it, I think Matic has more play left in it, and I think Matic will pump a lot. Not sure why a lot of these social media guys are doing it, but they are pumping Matic. So anybody holding on to Matic, it's a good idea. Also, Matic recently had this pump, and then it had its little bit of a correction. Currently it's back in a good buy zone, so you know, if you haven't got it, then it's actually not bad to get back in again. So that would be Matic. The other one I wanted to talk about, what was it? I mean, bakery, I've spoken to someone recently. He asked me, shall I buy some more bakery? I said, bro, it's already pumped. We don't know how far it's going to go. Pancake, it's already pumped. We don't know how far it's going to go. Currently, the charts are not showing massive numbers. But again, if you buy and hold it, anything is possible right now, because once the market goes to the upside, right? Once we have the upside, and BTC currently will be doing an up and down pattern, right? So it's going to go up a little bit, have a little bit of correction, you know, face resistance, come down. And also, the link I've put for my chart, you can see it. That link, I updated it day before yesterday, and it's got the Fibonacci already activated on it. And if you go and look, you'll see what the prices are showing. So we're looking at approximately a 69k BTC to a 75k BTC. I'm not going to tell you the upper band, but the point is 75k is on the books, right? But before we get there, we are going to see resistance. And if you look at all my Fibonacci's on the chart provided in the link, right, you will notice that exactly on the dot, on the Fibonacci line, this is exactly where we got the resistance, and that was done 2 days ago, right, way before we did anything. So I just wanted to kind of just let you guys know there's plenty of links down there. Also my disclaimer and everything as well, because I'm not a financial advisor, so I want you guys to understand this is all for entertainment, but it's all down there. If you have a look and see what I'm talking about, right? So the charts are there, and that specific chart, anytime I update it, everybody will see it. Even if I'm using that specific chart for something else, you will also see that, right? And recently, I don't know if you guys know, I've been posting my chart online as well, like Twitter, TradingView. I've been making it go live, right? So it's been many years where I've never done this, right? I've never made any of my charts go public. I just kept it to myself. It's the best, right? Just keep it to yourself, because the problem is a lot of people that you got too many commentators and everything. I just don't like that. I'm like, right, you know what? You know, if you can't see what I'm seeing, then can't help you. Do you know what I mean? Can't help you. It's like the guy who lost the bet, right? Because I saw something and he didn't believe a BTC could ever go back above 20K, and I said it will, but he believed, right? At that time, Ethereum was like $100, and he believed Ethereum will go to $10,000 before Bitcoin did. You know, look, bro, you haven't lost anything. If you're watching the video, you haven't lost anything. The point is Ethereum will go to 10K. But what I argued you do that day as well is the realisticness, right? Be realistic, right? That's what I said, right? If you look at the total market cap of how many Ethereum exist, right, and then you're putting a 10K figure on it, do your maths, what the market cap has to be. So that's all it is. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, and you know, also like market cap, currently we're hovering around the 2 trillion, BTC getting close to 1.1 trillion, but I'll definitely expect another dump, a little bit of a dump before we go back up. Also on the charts, I've noticed another thing as well. We're forming a little W on the daily. So if you guys just see the chart and click the daily, actually it's already set up on daily, you see that we're about to form a W. We formed the neckline already. Now we need to go down again, have a nice little correction confirmation that it is a W, and then we'll break out. Now some people have commented on TradingView who have seen my videos, and also they've commented that, you know, they're like, oh, it's a double bottom. Yes, it is. A double bottom is similar to a W, but a W is very unique, right? It's actually called a W for a reason, right? A W has the first V, so 2 V's make a W. The first V of the W is slightly lower, the second V is slightly higher. That's how we know it's a W. So I just wanted to correct that for you. It's more of a wave pattern, basically. You can use the ABC Elliott wave pattern on it as well, and you'll notice exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, other than that, I'm not going to make this any longer. I hope this kind of a mini update was good enough, and I'm just talking nonsense probably sometimes, but you know what, video's a video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on another one very soon. I'll probably, as I said, I'll probably do some charts and probably start doing some advanced charts, but until then, stay safe. Bitcoin's going to be a little bit bumpy right now. It's going to do all sorts of crazy stuff, so yeah, just stay safe. But ultimately, listen, Bitcoin is looking like it's going to go to 75 now. It's looking, once we hit the 65, break that, we're looking at a 69. Once we hit the 69, we're looking straight up at the 75. All right, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, 500k, 20k, all of that, don't, you know, be realistic. That's what I'm gonna say, right? Just be realistic. All right, let's not go crazy. We are gonna get there, by the way. We are gonna get there, but not just yet. We need more money to be printed. Okay, we need the world governments to print more money. The more money they print, the higher the price will be for us. We will go to 500k if they print 100 trillion today. So let's wait for that. Let's be realistic. Okay, adios.